All right, y'all, I know y'all gonna get mad at me, but what's new, right? I stay pissing people off. I think I'm kind of used to it by now. Check out this clip.
If that man works, at whatever job and is a good man and is good to you and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can because his gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you.
Yeah.
That's somebody who came to love you at your worth. As long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money. All I can pay is the light bill.
All right, y'all, I know I see all the commentary on this and, oh, bad Tyler. I get it. I respect your perspective. Now let's see if y'all can respect mine. And those of you who are familiar with my content, you already know what this is. Those of you who aren't familiar with my content, you should get familiar. Let's actively heal. Anyway, I say that to say I'm gonna hit this up on a bunch of different perspectives because there's a lot going on in this video besides him saying just let a man pay a light bill. If that's what you attach to, you're attached to lack thinking. Those of you who are familiar with their financial situation, you already understand. We flow right over here. It is low. And I'm not just saying that to say it. It's relevant. And here's a text that I sent my husband yesterday. Now, why did I give you that text message? Because I wanted to put you deeper into my business? No, because in this financial space that we're in right now, I have been able to see my husband for more than just being a financial provider. My husband has carried this entire household for the 6 years we've been together, plus other households. He is a provider. Monetarily, that is. Nah, I ain't even gonna do my husband like that. He's an amazing provider. He's an amazing father. He's an amazing husband. He's an amazing everything. But the point that I'm making is my husband has found his value and his purpose and his identity in being a provider. And now that we are in a financial situation where he can no longer provide the way that he has financially in the past, he must open himself up to other ways to provide. A revelation I never would have came to had we not been in the financial situation that we're in. And dare I say, this is exactly what our good friend Tyler Perry is saying. Let's dissect, shall we?
If that man works, at whatever job and is a good man and is good to you and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can.
I bet y'all attached to the he does what he can part, but what I attached to was he's a good man. He honors you. He does everything that a man should do. He just happens to work whatever job he happens to work, but he is a quality human being.
Because his gift may not be your gift.
I really attach to this part of the message because it is not my calling thus far to have entered into a career that makes a lot of money. And I know in the direction that I'm heading, had I found a career that paid me a bunch of money up until this point, I would have settled into that career because I was making the money. But the calling of my life is that I cannot settle for anything because there's work for me to do. So his calling may not be yours. Now this roots back to being unequally yoked. What do you value? Do you value a provider? And what does providing look like? Because we can no longer accept monetary provision as the only provision that we need from our spouses. Somebody left a comment, and I honor this person, so I'm not talking negatively towards her, but dads don't have time to do the things that moms do. They better make time, because just being a financial provider is not enough. It is time that we reevaluate what a provider is. Is a provider just someone who shows up monetarily? That is why you are accepting these men who come with these big bankrolls but are emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, all the leads, bankrupt, and we accept them. Why? Because they could pay the mortgage and we just got to pay the light bill. Tyler really out here trying to game y'all, but y'all got caught up on the light bill.
That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you.
Yeah.
That's somebody who came to love you at your worth.
Now, if you haven't checked out my ultimatum dissection over on YouTube 3-part series, make sure you check that out. But what he's saying is we need to disassociate from the mentality that is just because we make more money than someone, we are somehow better than them. You are in a field or you have the life trajectory where you are able to earn a certain amount of money, and just because someone else doesn't make that amount of money does not make them beneath you. And us women will tear a man down just because his money is funny. Now I want to talk about he's meeting you at your worth, which means you aligned with this man based on what you feel your worth and your value is at this time, which means you will not date the homeless man on the corner. You will not date the Pookies and the Ray Rays, but you chose this man because you aligned with your worth. Now pay attention to this. If your worth is in a man that can financially provide, perfect. I'm with my husband because he provides financially. But I also see my husband's other values. Like if a man is not bringing anything else to the table but money, and when that money gets funny, what is his worth? Well, you chose it. You tell you. And that is why I bring our financial situation into the chat, because the monetary provision has been removed. God has positioned us in a space that we now have to work on the other areas so that we can strengthen our relationship. Most of us, when the money gets funny, we get ghost. For us and me and my husband, because this is truly friendship, this is truly love, we are learning how to work together. And we have found a lot of breaks in our relationship that we can work on now that there's no more distractions. And I'm gonna keep it G. A lot of these people making these videos, have y'all experienced a good man? Like a real good man? Because I have. And I thought just like y'all until I experienced one, because men really don't bring nothing to the table. So the least you could do is pay these goddamn bills if I gotta deal with your bullshit. Now I get it. If all you dealt with up until this point in your dating history is ain't shit ass men, all they can do is provide financially and eggplant on the forehead. But besides that, what the hell are you good for? So I understand. But my husband cooks, my husband cleans, my husband does all of the things. Therefore, I can see his value beyond just being a financial provider and eggplant on the forehead. And this is not me bragging. This is me saying, Tyler Perry said, you accepted your worth. My husband could barely pay the light bill right now, but does that mean he's worthless? No, because my husband comes with way more than just financial provision. We need to raise our sons to understand that being a provider is not just financial, because these sons are turning into men who believe their worth is in monetary. We need to raise our daughters into believing that being a provider is so much more than monetary, so they stop looking for these men who come with these big bankrolls but can't do nothing else for them. So we are the causalities of the deficits that we are experiencing within our community. We must evolve our mentality, and we must understand that if we have not experienced a well-rounded good man, that means that Tyler Perry is speaking a language we don't even understand.
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money.
I wonder how many men out there are working careers and jobs that they really hate just because they pay a lot of money.
All I can pay is the light bill.
I wonder how many women realize by putting your husband in this power couple box, you are giving him another reason to resent you. Why are women allowed to follow their bliss, but men aren't?
As long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage. And
The problem is we are so addicted to groupthink. The problem is we have not experienced a man that is capable of being anything more than just a pocketbook. Problem is, we do not think for ourselves, and we do not use our logical brain, and we attach to the messages that align with our reactionary brain because it makes us feel good. But if we actually use our brain, all Tyler Perry is saying is a man who is raised to be a provider feels a certain kind of way when he is not able to provide. And so if he can be secure enough in himself to be okay and align with a woman who is okay with a man who doesn't make as much money as her. And the way us sisters are going, there's gonna be a lot of good men out there who don't make the amount of money that we make. But when we making our list, he gotta make the same money we do. Why would y'all ever sit here and think mogul, businessman, Tyler Perry, just because he has capitalized on the underbelly of our society, don't we all? Our favorite rappers, our favorite videos, our favorite everything is someone who is capitalizing on the underbelly of society, because the positive aspects of our society, ain't no money in that. My videos don't go nowhere. And I'm healing people over here. Why would you think that this $1 million, maybe $1 billion man is over there sitting there telling you to date a Pookie and a Ray Ray? Why would you think that this man is telling you to settle less than you deserve when he literally said, you identify your worth? Let's use our brains. Let's actually listen to this man instead of finding women who got offended and validate your offense. All Tyler Perry is saying is, ladies, if you make a certain amount of money, stop looking at men and disqualifying men just because they don't make the amount of money that you do. Start looking at the quality and value of human you are choosing to align with. If you're okay with a man who doesn't make as much money as you but treats you like a fucking queen,
that's fine.
argue with yourself, because I've definitely experienced a man whose value is beyond monetary. I'm going to tell y'all what you're worried about. Y'all worried about societal opinions about how you choose to live your life. but I'm going to sip my water and mind my business.